Heyokas, it's Roslynn back at you one more again. I hope everybody is doing blessed. I'm doing blessed and highly favored, and definitely hope the same for you. And if this is your first time stopping by my channel, much love to you and welcome. And to my returning subs, my growing extended beautiful family, as always, thank you so much for the love and support, dropping the comments and just sending them beautiful vibes back that I project out as well is truly appreciated. So with that being said, much love to all. Namaste, love and blessings, love and light, and many blessings are definitely coming your way. And if you have been watching my videos for a while and have not already, please like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you know when I'm about to upload my next video. Also, if you're comfortable enough, drop me a line or two. I would love the chance to get to know you as much as you're getting to know me, even if it's about the positive feedback to the content of the video or you're telling me about your empathic gift. And if you feel like the video is very uplifting and gave you good vibes, you would love to share with a loved one, family, or a friend, or even a fellow empath that are going through trying times at the moment and just needing spiritual guidance or confirmation or validation towards life path or even soul purposes, please go ahead and share. And while you're at it, give your girl a thumbs up, like, and also share on social media favorites wherever you see fit. As always, thank you so much for the love and support. It's greatly appreciated. And I hope you're able to resonate with the content of the video. And the video I'm doing right now is called Heyokas, know that you are leveling up. Leveling up. Your light of greatness disrupts the demons of the enemies. It is so true. I was going to the store this morning, and I know I did a video kind of like this a couple of months ago, but it was like clarity of something I had to go and and go ahead and make another video about, because it was somebody was using that. It was a conversation I was having in my head about certain things that I'm embracing or whatever. And then the radio, the person on the radio DJ was talking about it was a quote that Denzel Washington said, is like, when your light is bright, it a lot of times it disrupts the enemies of the demons. No, the demons of the enemies. And that's true, because it's like a lot of times people go out their way to try to hurt you, or try to dim your light, or try to doubt the things that you're going towards for yourself. If people have given up on their dreams, or they really feel like their life can't really go anywhere, but all the time we don't realize that's our psychological vibes that will keep us in a certain situation longer than we're supposed to, keeping us very in that vibration of being very stagnant and not realizing we're holding ourselves back from what we can truly achieve in our lives. It's like, no matter what is going on in your life, if you allow yourself to be accountable, allowing yourself to go through that, through that vibration of healing yourself, understanding what things you need to be holding yourself accountable for, being honest about the emotions that you have, working hard and overtime to heal yourself from the wounds that you project on others, or the wounds that was projected on you. Allow yourself to give forgiveness, giving compassion and understanding towards the people that constantly hurt you, and I notice I get tested by that for anything that I go towards that is going to make my life better. And a lot of times I used to get very aggravated when I see people used to go out their way to try to block certain things from me. And it's just like, if I don't open that door for them to be able to do that, they can't do things like that. And especially if you've been guided towards a purpose and people know that you've been guided towards a purpose and want to keep messing with that, they are not just messing with you, they're messing with God and the things that they got flowing for you. And these are the things that you need to also stay open of. And I was just talking about the other videos about the things that we go through. Everything is like a reflection on what you need to really heal from. Any kind of connection that you have had from people is certain things that that these people that have part of you in it that needs to be projected, so you can see what things that they have, that you can connect with. Thank God, I don't have many people that are going out their way to try to trigger me. I've had that, but I have more people that are in my life that encourages me, appreciate the insight and the vibrations that I give out, and just being authentic about those things. Not everybody is going to have a good day every single day. You have to be able to go against the grain sometimes. A lot of times you have to stay out of your own way of your process, because a lot of times when we are wanting things to happen a lot sooner than we want to, and trying to understand why these things aren't happening yet, they're going to happen, but they're going to be in that time where when they feel like the universe feels that, you know what, you're open for these things, you truly deserve it. Let me allow this door to open, but I'm gonna allow this door to open, but it's gonna be more than what you have asked for. And those are the things that you're being open towards, because it's like we have to be able to go through the good and the bad. And like I was talking about in one of the videos I was watching, I was talking about the movie Candyman, and the woman kept on saying, you can't, you know, everything has a balance to it. You can't embrace the good if you don't have the evil there. You know, you can't have that darkness without you, you know, you can't have yourself in light unless you allow yourself to appreciate your darkness. So everything has everything has a balance to it. You know, a lot of times we want to be able to ignore the things that we have done, or feel shameful of certain things that we have take place in our life. And, you know, there are certain things I'm just like, oh my God, I can't believe I allowed myself to do that. Or, oh my God, I can't believe I allowed myself to act that way. But it's like, these are the things you have to go through to learn those lessons, to be able to help you and make you a better person. You know, a lot of times it has to do with, you know, the people that you hang around. Before you became tolerable to a lot of things, maybe just to have that continuing connection, even though it was very toxic, you know, or you felt like that's what was deserving of you, that was what your worth goes to. And now you go through these different situations, that anything that you lack, you go through certain experiences to be able to allow yourself to know what needs to change within yourself. What do you need to go better by? You know, anything in your life that is not giving you growth, you know, by circumstances, or it's not wanting you, you know, if it's something to keep you at a low frequency, or when you're around certain attachments as well as certain people and it constantly drain you, you have to be able to understand what is the certain situations that you keep allowing yourself to tolerate. What are the life lessons that you're not allowing yourself to see? You know, you're only allowing yourself to connect with something that you're on that level to. If you already know that your level is a lot bigger than that, and it's not by looking at, you know, your enemies and looking down at them, because it's just like, we need them to fuel us to be better, you know. And a lot of times it's like, well, you need to fuel us to be better. Yes, a lot of times when we go through these toxic situations, these are a blessing in disguise, because it allows you to see where your love is going. If your love is not being reciprocated, a lot of times we place our love in other people and lack that love for ourselves. So situations we're in where you have no choice but to love yourself. And when you love yourself, there are certain things that you won't be able to tolerate anymore. You know, a lot of times we feel like, you know, I've been in this situation, it's been dragging on for so long, but, you know, it don't feel like anything's changing. It's like, what are you staying focused on? Are you focused on, you know, the abundance that you're waiting to come in, which will end up prolonging it because that's where your focus is? Are you seeing the changes that took place for you to get over the abundance that you have been anticipating? Because it's like, if you know you're wanting to heal yourself, to either get with your counterpart of your twin flame, your soulmate, or you're wanting to start a business that is not just going to impact your life, but people that's going to connect with you on that, you had to go through those lifetimes of struggle. It's just like, when you place your love in everything else, are you placing that same love in yourself? Or are you just, you know, holding that image of love just for that person? But when you come to yourself, you always you know, you down yourself. You're always nitpicking about certain things. You're not loving yourself from flaws and all. You know, if there are certain things, it's like with my situation, I could say, okay, I didn't like the way, you know, my situation was going and how I allowed this to affect my weight, you know, because it was just like I gained some weight from dealing with a lot of things that I took on emotional eating. Now it's like, at that time, I started changing my habits on what I eat. I eat a lot more vegetables, as well as, you know, fruit and stuff like that, you know, not eating candy like I used to, you know, all those different things. Now I, you know, allowing myself to jump around and stuff like that, and you know, work out and stuff, you know, and all those different things. I'm allowing myself to change, you know, for that, you know, even loving myself from where I'm at, but loving myself on what I'm trying to become, you know, what I'm allowing myself to heal from, where I'm using everything that I went through as a therapeutic change for the positive, for the great, you know. And those are the things you have to do. You know, it's like we prolong our situations if we keep focusing on everything that has happened, instead of saying, okay, when this has happened, if somebody disrespected me or whatever, it's allowing me to not tolerate that. Even if you have to be in a karmic cycle, it's allowing you to break that chain. It's like, you want to have people treat you like you treat yourself, and it's just like I had to always learn how people treat you is how they treat themselves. But when you're allowing yourself to not be combative with somebody who is just, in a war with themselves, you allow yourself to disconnect from that. And I had to be able to know I appreciate that because I've dealt with it for so long. And then I see a lot of different things. I used to talk bad about my family. That is, it's not my family. They weren't meant to be in my life for my family, but just being able to be that reflection of my truth that I need to know about myself, because a lot of times I would be so hurt and angry and just talking about, this supposed to be my family. Family don't supposed to treat you like that. But it's just like from my situation, I had to learn even the family that you are not blood related to is sometimes your spiritual family will treat you better than the blood ones will, or even the ones you're adopted into, because I was adopted into mine. And even though I had like a toxic relationship with my mom, it got healed better. And it's just like now, I say healed better. It became a better connection with me and my mom, even though she's passed. Me and my mom has a much stronger connection than I ever imagined. I appreciate her all the time. I'll be having tears in my eyes about anything that I know she's seen me through, or my grandparents, my dad, my aunts and uncles, and my best friends, all the ones that's like helping me through my hard moments in my life, because these are like the hardest thing. I'm like, dang, I ain't never got no break, and it just seems like this is the worst. But it's just like, that war is almost over. And being able to know when I'm opening myself up to learning, even though it may be certain things I don't want to like, but it's the truth. The truth ain't always pretty, like everything is sugar coated. It ain't sweet, and you have to be able to understand that, if you want to be willing to grow, there'll be times I'll straight, if I see a number that come up and I know what that means, I'll straight curve it like, I don't want to talk about that. But that was me denying myself of what that truth is. I was going against what I need to heal from, what I need to pay attention to, allow myself to not fixate on every bad thing that's happened in my life, but use that as that tool to make me a better person. Just because the people that did you wrong don't want to be better, that's not up to you to decide that. It's up to you how you tend to look at it, what you're going to use it for, and how you allow yourself to embrace that. And I can allow myself to really know, because it was just at times where I just allowed myself to just be talked to in any kind of way. And I felt like, oh, that's my family, so I have no other choice but to just deal with it. Maybe I was worthy of all that. But it was just like when people don't like the right in you, they always want somebody to see the bad in you, or the bad they created within that. I said I can allow myself to own up to my account or the things that I've done, but just allowing myself to know, love ain't supposed to feel like that. If you want to constantly tell somebody about what they have done or what they did that was very bad or something, but you're not telling the reason why somebody was acting that way, you already want to paint this picture up about people. And then when I allowed myself to really cut loose, they want to come back. Hey, we miss you. We want to do that. Oh, no, I've been enough for y'all. Punch bag and doormat. I appreciate it, but no, and no, thank you. I had that power to walk away. It reminded me of that song by Madonna. It's called Power, Power to Say Goodbye. When you have to be able to have that power to say goodbye to things. Snip, cut that cord to toxicity in your life. Being able to know that's where your growth comes from. That's where your power comes from. It's like when you're allowing yourself to see what you were before you got awakened is just part of you that just was laying dormant. I always tell people we will walk around ignorant in our truth, and it's not being stupid or not being slow or anything like that, but it's becoming, you had to go unaware for a certain period of time for you to be able to be open to what needs to change, and it's just like you have to be able to allow yourself to prepare yourself. If you're not that type of person that like to hear truth, and sometimes that truth can be very cruel, you have to be able to allow yourself to know, hey, this ain't the time to be stuck up in your feelings. This is going to be that better moment for you. And we're allowing ourselves to be open and just being able to say, universe, I need this assistance. What do I need to do to be open to where I need to be? You're saying I'm this warrior. I really want to see that. And when they do, you'll start seeing different timelines on certain things that, normal people when they would have been canceled out. Okay, they would have been canceled out. Even the demons, I mean, not even the demons, well, other people's demons, but other people that have done things to you. If you were to put that shoe on the other foot and dish out what they put on you, baby, they wouldn't have been able to handle it. They would have folded quick as you would have gave it to them. But that's where your ignition of being able to grow from, because it's just like, if somebody goes to hell and high water to remind you of every single bad thing and been making it like you can't never recover from that, there's something very good about you. And a lot of times when people do that and, they're jealous of you, they're very intense, intimidated, with you being a Heyoka. A lot of people say we come off arrogant or very cocky. No, it's just that I really don't feel like that. I can be, but it's just like, I choose not to, I always feel like it's a teacher-student thing. There may be something that you can teach me that will help me and be that missing piece of that puzzle to help me grow. Or I can give you something, there's that missing puzzle to help you grow. Wanting to be able to see the best in everybody, want to be able to see that person win. I'm gonna set up my boundaries. I'm allowing myself to say no when I mean no. Do things when I'm never feeling obligated, but just because I felt like doing it. Even when you're doing something from somebody, when you're doing it from the heart, you're not expecting something back. And then when you do, I'm the type of person that expectation that I want back is just to know I can bring somebody's heart into some kind of peace. I'm bringing some kind of clarity to the confusion you may have felt, you may have seen, you may have went through. Those are the expectations that I feel, because I know when I first started doing my videos, I felt lost as hell. I didn't know. I was just like, my compass was not working. It was just going around like this, and I didn't know what to expect in my life. So I want to be the person I am right now. And as I keep on growing, as I keep on healing, appreciating even my down days as well as my higher up days, my good times as well as my bad times. When I want to be that person I needed back then, that's why they're preparing you for that. Or even being that person, that adult you needed in your wounded inner child's life. And when you can go back to that time. And I remember I went back to that time, and what really tripped me out when I went through that meditation of going back and healing your inner child, I've had this premonition of a dream when I was like 5 or 6 years old. It was a woman that came to me and say, you may not know and understand what's going on, but for what this is, I am truly sorry. And knowing whatever you're facing right now is creating a character for you you've never seen yourself becoming, and I never knew what that meant. Now, when I went back and it was like it was like a rewind, repeat time. So much emotions came up because it made so much sense to me now. Because it's like when I look back at my life, and I would never wish that on any child, because that was very bad. You went through a lot of stuff and it was very confusing, but a lot of times it's like your truth was always contained in some kind of way. But it is just like when you allow yourself to be open, that's allowing you to know you can be, what do they call it? I forgot I'm forgetting what word I wanted to use, but you can be vulnerable. That's what it is. When you can be vulnerable to everything that's going to help you become a better person, and allowing yourself to know you're asking for that prayer of just getting that inner guidance, the spiritual guidance, whatever you needed to get you further down that path. Because there's so many different things you're facing right now that it really done took you through a whirlwind. But when you're allowing yourself to be open, learning from different things, being able to share your wisdom with other people, give that insight to somebody that you see that you can truly relate to. Like I was that person at one time. And that's how I feel when I talk to people that, they're telling me, Roslynn, I want to do this, I want to do that. And I knew what it felt like when you can open yourself up and tell somebody your plan, and they purposely make sure that doesn't come to fruition. That's what I meant to say. And you're not seeing that. But then when I see that hunger inside somebody that wants to be a better person, not allowing their convictions to be inflictions of staying in a certain place, but being able to learn and appreciate those wounds, that you can allow yourself to like, okay, these happened to me and it happened from me, but it don't have to continue. Certain things you have to know it has to stop. But when you're allowing yourself to be open, you become a most powerful person. And when you're dealing with folks that have them inner demons that want to just stay in that vibration of being a victim, or wanting to constantly look at everything, making people pay for something that ain't the person that inflicted the wounded wounds on the first place, but making that person be that representation of what somebody done to them, you disrupt the hell out of somebody like that. But you also be that prime example to say, my wounds. The people that, the ones that, either placed them on me or I allowed them to do that, or the ones who was working hard to make sure I kept it that way. I appreciate those moments because it allowed me to know, no matter how you see me or what you trying to paint a picture of me, you're only projecting what you feel about yourself. But I appreciate that because it allowed me to find a real person of who I am and what I can be from those situations. I used to constantly be that person like, oh, this happened. But being able to allow myself to set free those dramatic episodes in your life. You're allowing yourself to be placed in a box of victim mentality and being able to say, you know what, I done went through some hellish stuff. But guess what? I done went through it and I came out of it. That was just my fire, and I was the phoenix that rose up out of it. And then when you come out, you ain't gonna be smelling like smoke. You be coming out smelling like roses and stuff. Maybe some lilacs and lilies and jasmine and all that stuff. But you become that powerful person. There'll be so many people that'll admire you for that. When people want to grow and they're like, look at this person. You never know. You're going to be that person. Somebody's going to use you as an example and say, you know what, this person has been through some hell. That person probably had some really, really bad addictions that could have took them out. They wouldn't have been in the union no more, but God still had them here for a purpose. They still had purpose. And you can see how this person changed their life around because they were steady confident and they kept on maintaining that I'm not going to allow what was placed on me to get me. Confine me to a certain characteristic, status quo. None of these things. When I allow myself to be open and allow myself to learn, even when that mess stings and hit in the sensitive spot, allowing myself to grow from that, appreciating what those dark times was able to show me, that I hold that light to get me out of those dark times. Even when I'm placed in the storm, hell, they're going to have a new creation of a storm when I get done. You say, why me? Say, hell, try me. When you're allowing yourself to do that, you are showing. So it's like your ancestors to get emotional. It's like, what, we picked that right one, took one for the team, or he done took one for the team. And they know that we don't came a long way. They done sacrificed and went through more hell than we have gone through. Just when they were doing it, they were paving this way for us. And now when you're allowing yourself to open and grow, and know you can be that beautiful example on how powerful a person can come from the darkest places. You showing that light and that mess turn bright. They probably got to have some special shades to come looking at you, but you're allowing yourself to be that. When you're allowing yourself to be that, you do that, and you do it from the heart. Never allow certain situations to keep you in a place you don't no longer need to be in. Your future is calling you. And if things starting to get hard and things are getting more heavier, because it's like that future is calling for you. It's like you're not needed here anymore. This is the reason why stuff is getting hotter. It's trying to push you out that kitchen so you can get next to the air conditioning. You ain't got to be in there. You ain't got to be in there. Don't allow somebody insecurities and their failures to keep on manifesting in your life. This is something that they want to hold on to. Don't you allow yourself to hold on to it, because there's so much better down there. And it's when you're allowing yourself to be open and you're allowing folks to see. It ain't even about, proving to anybody, but it's a proof to yourself. But you already know the ones that you disrupt, them demons, regardless of what it's like, they can sit up here and send you a friend request. There ain't no friend request. That's a daggone surveillance camera. There'll be so many people just looking like this and just scrolling up, ain't liking a daggone thing, but want to keep every move on you about what you're doing and still have something to complain about, not knowing that's already messing up worse than they already was before they even went up on your page. I can sit up here and say, when I look at certain things that used to be a trigger for me, then I can allow myself to look at it and say, oh, that's a nice picture and this and this and that. Then I'll allow myself to see that I'm not using that vengeance or that hatred towards somebody, and just being able to say, you know what, that's a beautiful person. They just went through some stuff right, at that time. They may not be on that same road that I am, but I'm allowing myself to know this is no longer a trigger to me, but that was a wake-up call. So I hope you were able to resonate with the content of this video, y'all. I hope y'all have a blessed, peaceful weekend. I don't know why I'm making it Sunday already. We're like, Roslynn, please, it ain't even hit Saturday yet. But I hope you have a blessed weekend and be responsible and safe at everything you do. I would love to give a post notification shout out to my sister from another mister, Stacy. I hope all is well. Miss Sheila Jack, S. Harris, much love to you as well. And Anthony Burke, much love to you as well. Samuel, you too. If you're new to the channel, welcome. It's good to have you. I leave all my contact information in the description box below. It's just about networking and being able to share your views of experience, or if you may have any kind of questions about your mission of purpose or your road that you're trying to be guided towards. I try my best to be able to give you through words of wisdom through my experience, or find the information I can to give you a deeper understanding. Even through social distancing, make sure you give out love, light, and upliftment words, vibes, and frequencies. You never know. All those things really take somebody a long way. And whatever you're trying to manifest in your life, I hope it comes so much bigger and better than you ever imagined. It comes, a lot more sooner than you even expected it. And I will see you on my next video. Much love to you. Peace.